Hello, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening from whatever part of the world you're tuning in from. My name is Tracy Nauber, and I am your English expert for the IELTS exam. I'm a postgraduate student at the School of Education in Trinity Western University, Canada, and I'm currently en route to a PhD in English. So, my academic training is on TESOL, that's teaching English to speakers of other languages just like yourself, and I used to mark the IELTS exam at the British Council. So, my daily nuggets are designed to tell you some of the things I failed candidates for. Welcome to the writing module. So, for those of you who don't know, writing is my favorite part of the English language. I published my first book when I was 24. I had a brilliant time living in India writing and publishing that book. That book took me to the London Olympics in 2012. I was the only writer who was funded by MasterCard to go and stay at the South Bank Center, where we did a lot of creative and artistic writing during the Olympics. It was a brilliant time of my life. I really do love writing. So today I'll be handling the topic Great Beginnings. I'd like to start with this line. Literature students in the house, if you remember Charles Dickens's A Tale of Two Cities, it has the best opening line that anybody has most probably ever referred to in a literature class for the beginning of a book. And this writing began with, "It was the best of times, it was the worst of times." There was no better opening sentence to get into that book. And this is the kind of entree that I would like you to come into your writing style with in the writing module of the IELTS exam. Now, you need to know that writing is a little bit different from spoken communication, because with speech, you can borrow other things in communicating your meaning. You have gesticulation, you have the tone of your voice, you have the look in your eyes, you have the body language and all of that. But with writing, you miss all of this. So your opening sentence is going to help the reader understand if they should continue or if they should pause there. Your opening paragraph is everything. First of all, before you go into your opening paragraph, I'd like you to take some time out to understand the type of writing that you're going to be doing. Are you writing the general training for the IELTS exam, or are you writing an academic version of the IELTS exam? Also, you want to pay attention to what a topic is saying. A topic that says, write about your Christmas holiday last year is different from a topic that tells you to write about the effects of multivitamins on a human body. You have to understand what type of writing is expected of you. Is it a casual, laid-back tone kind of writing? Is it a serious, scientific, dig in and be very serious like the army kind of writing? This is the kind of stuff you want to dig into and find out about it first before you actually start the writing. If it's a serious type of writing, you know that your tone has to be formal, your tone has to be serious, and your tone also has to be factual. If it's a relaxed kind of writing, like a casual type, then you know that your tone can be relaxed, your tone can be playful, and your tone can resemble that of like you're mingling with a friend. However, you can have a type of writing that requires to have your tone or your writing style to be in between. These are the kinds of things that will inform your entree. Your entree is your opening sentence. Your opening sentence is your topic sentence, to be honest. And your introduction into the story shouldn't be more than a paragraph. I'd say that a paragraph should be about 5 sentences. So plus or minus, you're looking at between 7 to 10 lines. You want to have your opening to be very strong, because when a marker or an examiner like me comes into your script, I have a lot to read. Like, on the average, when I would mark the exams at the British Council, I could do as many as 50 scripts in a day. So if I'm going to have to go through 50 scripts from morning till close of business, I kind of want scripts that get me, entertained, scripts that make me feel like, oh wow, after such a hard, brawny day, I'm getting to the gist of something that is interesting. Sometimes you get your reader from the get-go. The get-go is from the beginning. It depends on how you start. The saying that you never get a second chance to make a first impression is really true with the IELTS writing module. So to dig into your topic sentence, you first of all want to know the type of writing that is required of you. Once you know the type of writing required of of it, then you can set the tone. The tone is something you set from the beginning of the writing. So for instance, if I were asked to write about my Christmas holiday in 2019, my opening sentence might resemble something like, the Calabar Carnival is the best street party ever. So I spent my Christmas at Calabar. So Calabar is a city in Nigeria in Cross River State. And the Calabar Carnival is a street party that happens every year. Now, by telling you that the Calabar Christmas Carnival is the best street party ever, I have piqued your interest. The next thing is you want to know, oh, where is Calabar? And aside wanting to know where is Calabar, you want to know, oh, street party, really? Oh, I want to know what that's all about. Or, you just want to understand why this writer believes that it's the best street party ever. And then it means that I'm going to spend the whole of my topic sentence, or rather the whole of my opening paragraph, my great beginning, defining what the street party is. I'm most likely going to talk about Calabar and where it is, just like I described to you. And then I'm most likely going to talk about how often it happens in a year. And then I'm going to also talk about where it's located, if it's the first time it's happening in December 2019, or if it's been happening along the line, or if it's something that's historical and like a monument for the city. I'm going to spend my first paragraph defining it. Think of your opening paragraph or your opening sentence as a definition. You are setting the tone and the pace to go into that writing piece. I'm going to talk about the body of the essay tomorrow, so I'm going to go into that. I almost did a sneak peek into that, but let's go back to our opening sentence. So you want to think of your opening sentence as a definition. You are defining a lot of things. You're defining what it is you're going to be digging into. You're defining what tone you need to set it for. Also, you'd recognize that if I'm operating with a topic that says the Calabar Christmas Carnival is the best street party ever, like if I'm using that as my opening line, then what that means is I'm going to define all of the features that are in there, like where it is, when it started, why it happens, which kind of people do it, and all of that. I'm going to define that there, and I'm going to use a tone that is most likely relaxed. So if I'm telling somebody about a personal event that I've attended, like this Christmas carnival that happens in Calabar, I'm most likely not going to have a formal tone. I'm most likely going to have a relaxed, laid-back tone, like as if I were telling that story to my best friend. So you see that your topic sentences, like I said at the beginning of this video, they are designed to help you know what tone to use to start your writing piece. And this is so important, setting the tone. Because one thing about writing is you can never lie in your writing. Your mind has a way of bringing out the truth when you write. I have no idea how that happens, but that's a fact, like that's true. And I need you to also remember that readers are writers. Except you've read multiple opening sentences, it's likely that you might not have a great knack for creating one. So throughout my writing module videos, I'm going to be hammering on readers being writers. If there's anything that you take away from my videos, is that readers are writers. If you don't read, then you can't write as well. So read. Okay. So this week, this Sunday, I'm going to be having a Q&A. I'd like to invite you to my Q&A session on Instagram. This Sunday, I'll be having an Instagram live session. It's the 1st of November 2020, and I'll be answering all your IELTS related questions on Instagram. It's going to start from 7 p.m. West African time. That's GMT +1, Greenwich Meridian time +1. To attend, all you have to do is to follow at English Expert for the IELTS exam on Instagram, and then tune in by 7 p.m. If you'd like to email your questions to me ahead of time, please send your emails to EnglishExpertForIELTS@theonlinelady.com. I'll take it. EnglishExpertForIELTS@theonlinelady.com. Thank you so much for tuning into my video today. I hope you had a great time watching, and I hope that at the end of my video series for the writing module, you would at least, even if you can't win the Pulitzer Prize for Literature, you'd be able to write good stuff. Thank you so much, and see you tomorrow. Can't wait. Bye.